Well, I'm very happy that we have the first in a series of seminars with the Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The area that we picked out is water and water management. This is very timely, not only if you look outside of the window where there's a risk of flooding. There's been a lot of rain and ice and sleet. We have similar problems in the Netherlands for a long time. And we have a lot of experience, I would say, having had quite a number of floods. And as you know, there's a saying, when God created the world, the Dutch created Holland. And we want to share this experience abroad. Now, one of the presentations here, for example, of Deltares Institute dealt with how to manage river basins and flooding. They have a simple toolkit with 30 measures that you can apply, I think, almost everywhere. It's a good example of knowledge that we can share on a free basis, on a commercial basis as well. So this is one of the areas of cooperation. Another area where I see quite some scope is in the area of logistics. Both the Netherlands and Slovenia try to position themselves as gateways to the immediate region. We have a lot of experience in handling of cargo in, for example, Rotterdam, the biggest port in our part of Europe. And we would be happy, of course, to share some knowledge there with Koper Port, for example. So there's lots of scope if you look well. And as we are both EU members and there is EU funding available, and the economy in the Eurozone is recovering, I think it's the right moment, it's a timely moment to bring Dutch and Slovenian companies together here in the Chamber of Commerce. And I hope it will work out and there will be some follow-up and some business be done.
Danes smo slišali kar nekaj nizozemskih izkušenj o upravljanju z vodami. Kaj se Slovenija od Nizozemske lahko nauči?
Predvsem to, da moramo sodelovati vsi ljudje v procesu upravljanja z vodami. Prioriteta v tem trenutku na Nizozemskem so poplave in upravljanje s poplavami in mislim, da imamo v Sloveniji enake probleme, tako da so poudarili, da to ni kratkoročen proces, to je dolgoročen proces, da je potrebno poleg tega, da so stvari tudi tehnično obvladljive, predvsem veliko sodelovanja ljudi in znanja in možnosti, da ljudje sami razmišljajo, kako lahko sami sodelujejo in preprečijo škode. Kar se tiče pa tehnologij, so nove tehnologije v čiščenju, pripravi pitne vode in predvsem tudi opazovanju okolice, kaj se dogaja, se pravi onesnaževanja, ki so prisotna v okolju, za katera vemo, na katere se lahko pripravimo in preden gremo v visoke tehnološke rešitve, recimo predvsem pogledamo, kje je izvor in naredimo manjše raziskave in lahko tudi lažje potem ciljno stvari obvladujemo, ker tudi pri nas imamo še vedno obremenjeno vodo, iz katere potem pridelujemo pitno vodo.
Room for the Rivers is a program that was initiated in the Netherlands in 2006. And it's a cooperation between national governments, local governments like provinces and water boards, NGOs, but also consultants and engineering firms. And this project is about giving more room to the rivers because we want to be prepared in case flooding occurs again. And what we see in the Netherlands in the past years is that for example, this discharge in the River Rhine has increased, especially in flood events. So instead of heightening the dikes, we want to have more room for the river to flood, so that the impact on the public and on the economy is less.
How do you see today's conference? Can Slovenia learn a lot from your experiences?
I think, like a colleague of mine said, Netherlands has a very long tradition in working with water, and of course, all the solutions that we thought of or designed, they didn't all work, and you have to maybe to learn from the Netherlands, you have to look at what went wrong in the past. So which mistakes we made to see how you can take the best solutions for Slovenia.
I think when you have a problem, you want a solution most of the time the problem. For instance, if you have too much water, you want to have a plan to avoid water. But the next problem will come 1 year later, you have too much drought. So before you find the solution, you have to first think and then do. And by thinking, you need the people in the countryside itself. So don't use only the engineer. Also use the people in the countryside. Let them think with you and find one solution for all the problems, not for one problem. But take all the problems together, listen very carefully to all the people with their own objectives and try to bring them in one integrated solution. If you do only one solution for one problem, next year you will be back in the same area and you will lose the confidence of the people. People in the countryside know so much and we only use the knowledge of engineers. Please use also the knowledge of the people themselves. That is participation, that is a very modern approach. In Holland we used only the engineers. Engineers are very good, but combination of engineers and people is the best.
Kako Slovenija že sodeluje z Nizozemsko in kaj se iz njihovih preteklih izkušenj lahko naučimo?
No, jaz lahko povem za zbornico komunalnega gospodarstva, ki si je za svoj cilj, en izmed ciljev postavlja tudi internacionalizacijo in prenos dobrih izkušenj iz sveta in tukaj moram reči, da nam je nizozemska ambasada oziroma nizozemske organizacije v preteklosti veliko pomagale. Na naših osrednjih dogodkih, ki jih vsako leto organiziramo, to je poslovna konferenca v jeseni, smo eno leto imeli fokus na primerjalni analizi oziroma benchmarkingu in tukaj so nam izkušnje nizozemskih kolegov veliko pomagale in moram reči, da smo tudi uspeli ta benchmarking pripeljati v našo nacionalno zakonodajo, konkretno uredbo o cenah. Drugo tako področje, ki je bilo lani v Sloveniji kar aktualno, pa mislim, da bo še prišlo, je združevanje na področju lokalnih skupnosti in na področju izvajalcev. Vsi vemo, da velja neka generalna ocena, da je lokalnih skupnosti občin preveč, da nas je izvajalcev na tem področju preveč, da je treba nekaj narediti. In tudi tukaj je ta prispevek nizozemskih partnerjev bil značilen. Povedali so nam, da tukaj ni enostavnih rešitev, da tukaj so zadeve, ki jih je treba temeljito splanirati, načrtovati desetletja in tako so na primer oni prišli do številke 10 organizacij, ki skrbijo za pitno vodo na Nizozemskem, kar je tudi danes izmed predavateljev povedal.
For us, the seminar here in Slovenia, the Slovene-Dutch Water Day, is very important to enroll further cooperation with the Slovene water sector, both in the fields of water technology and also floodings and delta technology, like we had the presentations of Room for the River. It's a very good opportunity to meet the Slovene water sector and to proceed with our cooperation with Slovenia.